Today I'm going to share the real reason why I felt stuck and what I'm doing to get out of it. Uh, Hi, my name is Ali, and probably we don't know each other because this is my second video. And the first one nobody has watched, more or less. I'm starting a new journey, and the idea is to share this experience with everyone and take everyone along and try to build a brand or an identity based on authenticity. That is what I believe in. I already have another YouTube channel, by the way, with about 6,000 subscribers, and over the years I've been sharing a lot of information. So just a quick roundup of who I am. My name is Ali Khan, and I've been a designer since the last 20 years. And my creative journey has taken me in a lot of different places where I've transitioned from different industries, from architecture to UX design to product and so forth. And now I want to start this experiment together with you and sort of lean into authenticity and build um, my life around that, right? So that's the idea. Uh, you know the the trouble with creative people, and I'm sure if you're watching this you're also creative. You've got so many different facets, and we're all at different levels, the different spectrums of creativity, right? Some people want to build, some they want to think, and how we express our creativity sort of comes out in different ways. You could be a writer, you could be a singer, you could be like, a designer, an engineer, maybe a nurse, a doctor. So for me, I realized that I wanted to do a lot of different things. And the starting point had to be established from a point of strength. So what I mean by that is that the confidence to do something and embark on this journey came from this idea that I instinctively sort of got good at architecture. That is what I was studying, and it gave me the impetus to sort of venture out into this crazy world on my own and explore different avenues, right? So um, the first thing that I realized over the last 20 years is that generally creative people overgrow their environments pretty quickly. What I mean by that is that our ambition, our dreams are bigger than the container that they're in and the life that we're living, because we're always thinking about what ifs. What if I could do something else, or what if I create, let's say, a new business, or what if I could not work and get paid for the rest of my life, right? So and then employing creativity, because that is what we lean on, to try to get close to that, right? So with a varying degree of success, of course, right? And I've realized, and this is the common denominator between a lot of creatives. So you would enter into an environment, or let's say a job, or let's say a profession, or let's just call it an environment. That's a good neutral word. At the start of it, you're just trying to fill in. You're just trying to like skill up. You're just trying to become good at it, to a point where you actually outgrow that, and that is what causes, or what brings in this feeling of being stuck. And this is exactly what happened to me multiple times, and I call this a mini crisis. So I generally run out of space in 2 to 3 years. That's why I never worked in one company for more than um, 4 years. There was only one company that I worked in 4 years, and that was because of other reasons, but never ever again. So I worked for more than 10 companies, different projects, 15, 16, 18 different companies or through extension, right? So um, that's point number one. Point number two, what I felt was when success or your idea of success or your definition of success as a creative person is not aligned with your values as a creative person, uh, you tend to get stuck, or you that feeling that heavy feeling of being stuck sort of comes in and looms over, and everything starts to feel cloudy and melancholic, and it's almost as if the universe has decided to turn its back on you, right? I don't know if you can relate to that feeling of darkness or that heaviness, because with creative people, we have the highest of highs and the lowest of lows, because we're so instinctively connected through our heart and soul to these small wins, and when we're happy, everything feels as if it's everything is possible at that time. And when you're sad, it feels the world is crumbling around you, and you're still trying to understand where this feeling is coming from, right? And you feel stuck, as if your feet are like cemented in, and you just can't move. um, and of course, for me, what I sort of realized was that I was initially driven with for earning money, of course, like everyone else, and this is what I thought, at least recognition. I wanted to be at that time when I started off the best, because I felt it would give me visibility, and with visibility, I meant significance. So, growing up, I was a small child. I was the shortest in my class always. I would stand in the front of the line when we would queue up, because I was the shortest, I was the thinnest initially. Um, and then when it came to school, everyone sort of grew up except me. It's almost as if time just sort of just forgot me. And there I was, still a little kid in my shorts, and everyone else, all my friends had these beards coming over. They were just like, growing taller. Their voices changed. And I remember dealing with that for 1.5 years or something. And you can imagine that that time becomes, it's huge at that point in time. And um, I'm sharing this because this sort of ties into this idea that we're all at a different schedule here, right? So, and then of course, lo and behold, um, one of the wishes that I had was to be like big and muscular and strong, and then I sort of worked towards it later on in life. Um, well, one thing that I didn't ever want to be was invisible again. And you can sort of now start to imagine, once you know yourself, you can sort of try to then lean into your authenticity, and try to understand why you do certain things and what needs to be done in order for the real you to sort of come out and announce itself to the world. And So the idea of success and the meaning of success has to be aligned with your values. Otherwise, the feeling of being stuck sort of still remains, because I realized money is important, but money was not the driving factor that was pushing me forward. Why was I changing jobs? Why was I changing countries? Why was I changing industries? Why was I changing projects? It wasn't money. Um, I've said no to good money a lot of times. I've said yes to good money and realized that that's not where I want to be, and I've said no. So money wasn't it. Fame. I'm an introvert. I'm an extroverted introvert. So that would make me someone who doesn't mind being out out in the world like this, as long as there's always a small escape that I can sort of run back to. Maybe it's a cave, probably like you know. Are you like this compulsive person who just clicks on these videos and looks at people and think that, hey, what if I wish I was like this person? I had the confidence to speak like that. Um, Let me tell you something. It's not confidence. It's generally being comfortable with who you are in different situations, and that's what I've learned to be. I've learned to be comfortable with myself, and I've learned to bring the whole me with me in most of the places that I go to, but I still run out of energy. And I still, after meeting a few people, I need to come back and sleep for 5 days to get the energy back. So, but it sort of makes sense. Uh, so the most important thing right now is that what am I doing right now to um, getting out of that feeling of being stuck, because this feeling of stuck sort of happens with me again and again and again. What I realized was that the most important thing for me is to show up as an authentic person. And authenticity is multidimensional, and it has to reflect not only what you stand for, but it also has to come through with who you are and how you show up. Uh, Building a brand, or let's say brand is a heavy, dirty word, right? So building an identity online with that new authenticity that I wanted to lean into and get people like you to join my journey, to see how this is, and to share from 0 subscribers to wherever we can get this to. Already having an online presence in another place, nobody else who knows me knows that I'm doing this, because I just want to start this and help other people find their true voice by being vulnerable, and sharing my experiences over the last 20 years. And a lot of things have worked for me, by the way, and a lot of things I'm trying to sort through. So one thing that we're trying to do, hopefully together, because thank you for being here, because it means that there are people out there in this wild world of 8 billion people that is that are sort of being served this content, because somewhere you feel the same thing. And trust me, one of the most important things is to lean into authenticity when you think you're feeling stuck. The outcomes could be different, the platforms could be different, but you need to figure out really quickly how you can, number one, tap into who you are, what makes you you, your authentic you, and then figure out how you can bring that out to help other people get to where they want to get to. And this is exactly what we're doing on this journey. I really appreciate you watching this video. This is video number 2, and I'll see you again in the next one.